Hi guys, it's Andy from Man City Fan TV. How is everyone today? Hope you're well. This is going to be a quick one, and I promise you it is going to be a quick one because I'm off to watch the England innings that I want to do. Sorry if my top is a bit creased. I've just been eating Chinese noodles and it's just spilt them down the top, so I had to quickly change. But anyway, Joel, Stephen, how are you, mate? You're new. Where are you from, buddy? We'll see if anyone comes on. I doubt it because I think I've really got a feeling that people are going to be watching other stuff. Mervyn, oh yeah, there's quite a lot. I thought you'd be watching stuff. I know the tennis is on, and Lewis Hamilton's just won the Grand Prix, and then we've got the England innings against New Zealand, so it's looking good for England, and I can't wait. I'm going to go and watch hopefully loads of sixes and loads of fours and things like that. So Mervyn Thomas, hi Andy, good Sane video, thank you very much, mate. Leonard London, watching tennis. My wife she's in that room back there, so her and my older lad are just obsessed with tennis, but he's at work, so he's at work till 5, so he's missing everything. But my wife's in there and she's watching the tennis because she just loves it. So they went to Wimbledon, not last year, the year before, and got them on video off the TV. Chadder, hi. How are you, mate? You're new. Where are you from? Melbourne, man 43. You're new as well. I take it from Melbourne. Greetings from Melbourne. Whereabouts in Melbourne are you from? Manchester is blue. Hi, Andy. How are you, buddy? Steve Black, hi, Andy and Blues. Kamal Dwyer's on. Hi, Andy. Melbourne, man. Stuff the cricket. Well, I take it you're an Aussie, or are you an expat that's out there? So if you're an Aussie, tough in the semis, mate. But yeah, England all the way. Kiam's on. It's going to be a quick one story. Brilliant. It's going to be a quick one story of Kiam's life. So I don't know what the final score was because I was out. I came back. I was going to get loads of stuff. We've got loads of family coming over. We're having a big barbecue tonight. So I was out getting sort of stuff and wood and you name it. And so we're going to have a big barbecue when they come round about 6:30. So I was hoping that the cricket might have been finished fairly quickly before I have to go out and do all that. But Kiam, brilliant stuff on the new FIFA series yesterday, and I'm still waiting for the podcast to come through, and once I get that, that might be maybe out tonight or tomorrow. Josie, I'm from Trinidad and Tobago. Wow, fantastic, mate. It's one of the islands in the Caribbean I've not been to, but I'd really love to go there. Mark the Blue, hi Andy, got the cricket on mute now. Cheers, mate. Keep me updated with the scores, because as soon as I finish this vlog, I'm going straight into my room, the main room, and I'm going to watch the cricket while my wife's watching the tennis in there. Tennis, I'm not really that fussed about tennis, if I'm honest with you, but I'll watch it if I have to, and there's nothing else on, but I'd rather watch the cricket. Melbman 43, I'm watching the Tour de France. Okay. How much do you think Bernardo Silva's worth? Manchester is blue has got like 8,000 questions that he likes to ask, and that's absolutely fine. Manchester is blue. You asked about 30 questions yesterday. How much do I think Bernardo Silva is worth? Well, like I said yesterday, if Sterling's worth 150 million, Bernardo Silva's got to be on a par with Sterling. So 150 million, there you go. It's just a guess. Dwayne Nichols, hi mate, how are you? Melbourne, I'm from Caulfield. Oh, whereabouts is that, mate? I'm not overly familiar. I'm more familiar with Perth and Sydney, but I did spend some time in Melbourne when I lived out there. So I'm from the United States of America. Whereabouts? Manchester is blue. So you gave us the whole United States of America. I've not watched cricket since Merv Hughes. I believe your Tash is like that. You've got a Merv Hughes, apparently, according to Rob. Owen, I don't think we'll sign anyone big, you reckon? Rashford, while with Otamendi wanting to leave, we definitely need a centre-back now. Well, we don't know whether he definitely wants to leave, but yes, if he definitely does, I've said it all along, the difference will be if Otamendi wants to go and City are willing to sell him, we definitely need a centre-back. Is Sane staying? Who knows? Go and watch the video I did this morning. Kamal Dwyer, Otamendi could go, then we can get Ake and Maguire. Sad news, it looks like on the Maguire front, it looks like Leicester, Maguire and his agent are negotiating with Man United. So it looks like Maguire potentially could be going to United. That's the latest rumours. Stephen Paul Dempsey, yes, Meldman, let's F the cricket because you're not in the final. Careful, Steve. Maguire medical at United, yeah. Jason Foy, Lewis Hamilton just won, yeah, I know. Hey, Sanini, Yusuf, how are you, buddy? Oh, we're not doing the best in cricket. When you say we're not, who are you talking about? Where are you from, mate, and who do you support? I think Maguire will end up at United. It's looking that way. Steve Black, very worldwide today. It is Manchester Blue. Andy, what is your least favourite sport? God. You like to ask some questions, you, don't you? Least favourite sport? I'd have to think about that. I'd have to really, because I like all sports. I must admit, I watch some right crap, especially if I'm up late, working late at night and things, and then I'll shove Sky on, and if Sky Sports is on, I'll flip through and watch just about anything. But I must admit, American football, I just don't get it. I think it's boring as shit. Just anything that stops and starts every 10 seconds, I just... Curling, no chance. Absolutely no chance, Kian. I'm going to convert you to curling. Curling is brilliant, especially on ice. It's just superb. When Sanini says, Man United get Harry Maguire for 80, the most expensive. So, yeah, Blue Heart. Hi, Andy. Did you train the pilot that was supposed to take this? I don't know who the pilot was, but I'm sure it's nothing to do with the pilot's fault. There's been rumours today that there's been all sorts of things about refused permission to China, and I don't get all those rumours. It seems like it's a bit of garbage, if I'm being honest with you. It says on the latest article was that's posted today was they were due to fly out yesterday, as we know, but an administration error by Thomas Cook meant their flight could not leave London. The mistake meant that the plane was due to take the players and staff to Shanghai, was not given permission to enter Chinese airspace, and the players were hastily told not to travel. Man City club statement says, due to unforeseen administrative issue beyond the club's control, which is being resolved, regrettably, we will embark on our pre-season tour a little later than intended. We'll now travel tomorrow and look forward to taking part. Thomas Cook, sports spokesman, said, due to an administrative error with third parties, Manchester City's flight with Aeronexus has had to be delayed a day. We're working hard to resolve the issue, and the team are due to depart tomorrow. So there you go. Me being in aviation, I know how these things work, and it's nothing to do with Thomas Cook. It looks like Aeronexus is the broker that have brokered the deal for Thomas Cook to take the players, or basically lease the aircraft from Thomas Cook to take them to China. So the deal will be done between Aeronexus and Thomas Cook. Thomas Cook said, yeah, fine, no problem. We've got a spare aircraft. This is what it is. How big do you want it? Blah, 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 blah. We'll do this. And Aeronexus are the broker between Man City, Thomas Cook Sport, and Thomas Cook, the airline. And from what I read into that, it seems that Aeronexus, there's been some issues with paperwork and applications on, well, I wouldn't say it's flight planning, because flight planning would normally be done by Thomas Cook, the airline itself, and the pilots and the operations department, things like that. So I very much doubt that's anything to do with Thomas Cook, the airline. This seems to do with the broker, Aeronexus, rather than anything to do with Manchester City. Well, unless something comes out that City have forgotten to sign some agreement or whatever else. But basically, Aeronexus are a company that are based down in Stansted, and what they do is they private charter aircraft, and they also have lots of airlines on their books. So basically, what it sounds like it's happened is that Aeronexus has been used by maybe Thomas Cook Sport, that does all the travel details for Man City away fans going away overseas to Champions League and things like that. Maybe they've been the broker in between the whole deal, and there's something broken down between Aeronexus and Thomas Cook Sport as a department, nothing to do with the airline, because they can easily apply for airspace permits and flight planning and things like that. That's no problem whatsoever. So that's what it looks like. It looks like it's the broker that's made a bit of a cock up, maybe, allegedly. I don't know the truth behind it, because they're not really telling us anything. But Aeronexus involved in this, and it's an administrative error. I can't see it being Thomas Cook. It sounds like it's the broker that's done something with Thomas Cook Sport. But anyway, they'll get out there. Who cares? Owen, 56 for 1 after 15 overs. Okay, so we're not quite at 4 and over, but we're bobbing on really well. Let me just go through. I think Maguire ended up playing very well today. Andy, what's your least favourite sport? I'm just going back on all your things. Andy, what have I missed? Nothing, mate. Only been in 10, 11 minutes, so... Agree, Kamal, if we don't sign another centre-back, Otamendi should stay. I agree. Rekic Everton. What's that mean, Steve Black? Kamal, if Otamendi goes, I reckon we'll go for Alderweireld. Maybe, maybe not. I can see us taking Danny Alves on short-term deal, upset the great cover. Kiam, I said it the other day. I said it last night, the night before. It is looking potentially, even though it's one of those that I keep saying that Pep rarely goes back for a second player when they turn him down. It is looking like potentially, when you look at the deal as a whole, even if Danilo goes, Alves looks like it could be a good 12-month signing. It could be. It really could. So, Melbourne, you have 2 players who shouldn't be playing in the Ashes. Oh, we're getting cricket banter now. Spencer's Alves, no. Maguire, no. Move on. Danny Alves wants 120 grand a week. Peanuts. Absolute peanuts. I meant wouldn't upset about Alves. Awais Hussein, hello. How are you, buddy? Kamal, Pep and Alves do have a great relationship. They do. Sanini, why Manchester City doesn't use the bad relationship between PSG and Barca. I think PSG don't let Barca to get Neymar. Don't want Neymar at Man City, if I'm honest. Cancelo over Alves. I said it 3 weeks ago. I just don't think the Cancelo thing's going to happen. There's been too many sort of like things being added into the mix. Now I might be totally wrong. It might get done at the last minute, but I just can't see it happening. Not for that money. Has Alves still got pace? Yeah, he has. He's just been named in the best players at the tournament in the Copa America. Azatudin Anik Kamisan. 80 million for Maguire, really? Yep, looks like it. Cookie Monster. Do you know what time and when City play their pre-season game, if they have one? Well, yeah, they've got 3, mate. Starts at 1:30 p.m. on Wednesday on Sky Sports against West Ham. Manchester Blue. Andy, have you seen the new third kit? I kind of like it. You do? You're probably one of the only ones who do like it, mate. Spencer Smart will upset the club. He's a pansy. Good player. Blue Heart. Pep saw Leslie Nielsen board in the pilot's uniform. I was going to ring some airplane sort of things then, but no, maybe I won't. CJW, hello everyone. Where are you from, mate? Oasis saying, welcome Kiam, the first mod on the channel. No, he's not the first mod. Rob was the first mod who does the podcast. Kiam is the second mod. Jason Foy, how much tax do you think the players have to pay? For who? Who are you talking about, mate? Be 40% if it's English players or players playing in England. Kamal Demire, we could get Alves now and go for Cancelo next season. Maybe, yeah, maybe. Everton looking at Karim Rekic. That's long gone. Yeah, the Rekic thing is gone. Roberto Blondie, oh dear, whatever deity you believe in, let there be no Neymar at City, the unholy shame of it. Roberto Blondie, I agree with you. Alves would be a great, he's a winner. He is a winner. I mean, don't get him, for cover for one season, Danny Alves at £120,000 a week, it makes absolute sense, in my opinion, absolute sense, than buying somebody who's brilliant going forward for 65, 70 million quid, but can't defend. Don't make any sense to me. It makes absolutely sense for a 12-month deal for that. Brilliant cover, brilliant experience. My wife's making the right racket in there. Alves would be great as a winner. Yeah, he's so nearly 37. Makes no difference. It's just cover. Alves, remember, we could potentially have Luke Bolton in the squad as well. Alves, I'd pass on, get someone younger in. But if it's somebody younger that we're going to buy for the future, I totally agree with you. If it's somebody that you go, look, he's 20 years of age, he's going to be here for the next 5, 10 years. But it doesn't look like we're signing that type of player if Cancelo doesn't come. It doesn't look like we're in for anyone else. So we're looking at getting rid of Danilo and having cover. I'd rather keep Danilo, if I'm being honest with you. I'd rather him. But Danilo might have said to City, I want to go. I'm not going to get game time. I want to go. In which case, we've got to get him off the 17 overseas player list, and we can bring in another overseas player, because it's going to be Alves, Cancelo. It's still going to be an overseas player. Afternoon all, Scott Williams. Think Alves is a step backwards, not profile one. Well, yeah, I mean, well, I think it's different to Maicon. I'll be honest with you, Scott. I think it's totally different to Maicon. He's just been exceptional in the Copa America. So a bit different to where we got cover for Maicon. I think the two different players at two different stages and two different levels, if I'm being honest. Maicon was good. Danny Alves is world class. This, you know, that's my thought on it. Would I rather have somebody else who comes in who's younger for the future? Absolutely. But who is that player? Maguire has told Leicester he wants to leave, so I think he'll lower their price. I don't think they will. Don't think they will, because he told Leicester 2 weeks ago that he potentially wants to leave. So I think United are going to have to pay what they're going to have to pay. I'm the first rocker. I'm the first rocker. What are you on about there? Spencer Zamar, let United have Alves. It would suit him their wages. What, 120 grand a week? It's peanuts. Absolute peanuts. You know, Phil Foden's on 80 grand a week. Leonard London, one thing we seem to forget that might get a transfer ban at summer, hope not. Yeah, well, we're still waiting for the FIFA outcome. How much, Andy, how much mods you'd got on the channel? We've got two, mate. We've got Rob, who does and looks after all of the... okay. I get you now, Kian. We've got two mods on the channel, moderators. One is Rob, who does all the podcast Raw episodes, the podcasts, and Kian, who now looks after all the Man City Fan TV FIFA side of the channel. So that's why they're mods. We don't really need any of the mods on here, if I'm being honest with you. I know people keep asking, can I be a mod? Can I be this? There's no real need for it, because I'm not one for blocking people. I'm really not. Unless you're really, really abusive or offensive or say anything that is against YouTube, sort of like, you know, procedures, regulations, blah, blah, blah. I'm not one for, why would I block you? It's a bit of banter. I mean, if you can't take banter and you can't come back, I mean, people have come on here asking me about Ray and about this, and I'm not blocking them. Why would I? If you want to ask a question, come on here as a fake person or whatever. I ain't going to block you. Bring it on. I've got nothing to hide. So I don't understand all this blocking people because they ask a difficult question. We don't do that on Man City Fan TV. If you want to come on, you want to face us, you want to say this, you want to say whatever, as long as you're not effing and jeffing and being racist or, you know, homophobic or anything that breaks YouTube rules, bring it on. Absolutely bring it on. So I've got no problems with that whatsoever. So I don't need moderators to moderate. God, what we got on now? Well, we've got over 60 people chatting on here now. Why would I need a moderator to moderate the chat that I can do myself? So there's no need for it. It's just like, trying to glorify yourself. The only reason Kiam and Robert moderators is because they run sections of Man City Fan TV. So if you've got any questions, they can answer it. So there you go. Andy, how much... Sorry, missed that one always. We must react now. With regards to what do you mean on that then? Sorry, more. Blue Heart, have Puma sign Leroy Sane yet, Andy? No. Did you watch the video of Blue Heart this morning? CJW, I'm from Carlisle in the Northwest, mate, and I'm Carlisle fan only team I support. Go and have a look at the video that I did with Ryan. He's from Carlisle, but he's a big Man City fan. That's on the channel. Nice, really nice guy, young lad. So go and watch that video. Section 20's on. Afternoon, Andy, North Sky Blues. How are you, buddy? Kamal Dwyer, Danny Alves, 40 trophies. Amazing. Steve Black, think Alves one season might end up being 2 if get transfer ban. Maybe. But then you could say, then, well, Luke Bolt, maybe. Somebody else, maybe. Danny Alves is a mercenary. Well, let's face it, a lot of footballers are mercenaries at the moment. But for a cheap 1 year free transfer for 120 grand a week, Pep likes him. He does like him. He's probably pissed off that he turned him down last year. But anyway, tell your wife I shall have the rack of lamb. No rack of lamb on the barbecue today, Roberto Blondie. Loads of kebabs though. I'm going to make some lamb koftas shortly with some maybe chicken. I've got some gorgeous flank of beef and going to make some kebabs with them as well. So yeah, can't wait. Manchester is blue. Andy, how much do you think Alves is worth it? Should we sign him? He's free, mate. He's absolutely free. He's not worth anything. Sanini, PSG wants Sane. Why don't you use in swap deal with Neymar? Don't want Neymar at City. And get Neymar. No, not. But PSG, I mentioned it 3-4 days ago. That was the one team I did not want to come in for Leroy Sane. I really didn't. Because I think if they did, they would offer him a fortune that might turn his head. Whether he will or he won't, I don't know. CJW, everyone is welcome here, mate. Absolutely. No thanks to Neymar. Alves will do for now. I agree, Dwayne. Forget about Neymar. If Sane goes to PSG, we should go for Mbappe. I agree, Joseph. Kiam says Alves was the best right back in the world and is still physically able to play, so great cover for a year. Totally agree, Kiam. Alves turned us down, so stuff him. It's normally the Pep way. He does normally sort of do that, but he has made exceptions in the past. Cookie Monster, Alves won't come City. He said he wouldn't come City because he wanted to win trophies. How many trophies has he missed now? Yeah, exactly. I mean, good point, Cookie, but, you know, if it's cover we need, what better cover? Andy, West Ham away, first game. Who's going first? Andy, West Ham away. First game, who's going first? What does that mean, mate? J-Hope, Cancelo is definitely one of the best right-backs in the world. Don't know whether he's better. I'll disagree with that statement. The sentiment, I get. The statement, no. I disagree with. I've already done a team a player analysis on Cancelo. Brilliant going forward. Cannot defend. Positionally very poor. But it's not to say that Pep can't improve that side of his game. Spencer Mark was world class, but he's slow. No, he's not slow, mate. There's no way he's slow. Do you see any of his games in the Copa America? He ain't slow. Blue Heart, Danny Alves is son of Waldorf from the Muppets. I think he's past it now, and the average age of the team would plummet. Yeah, well, it would. I mean, I must admit that would do our sort of average age of the team some harm. What did you do today, Andy? I've been out and about all day. I've been putting the video out this morning that I did with that talked about Leroy Sane and the boot deal and the option of 3 different Puma, Adidas and Nike fighting it out for his signature on a sponsorship deal. Will that give us an indicator of where he's going to go, and is he going to sign at City, or is he going to, you know? And like I said on the. I said on an answer below one of the videos, below the video I did this morning on Leroy Sane about the boot deal with Puma, Adidas and Nike. Somebody mentioned something, and I said to them before, I said, look, you know, Adidas could quite easily come into this Now that's an Adidas deal. Remember, this is the difference when in a lot of transfer signings whereby you're just trying to get the player and their image rights and everything else. Well, Sane's in a state of flux at the moment because one is I still don't think he's got a new agent. Two, he's on the crux of does he re-sign for Nike or does he go with Puma or Adidas, who are both going to offer massive contracts? And three, he's still in a state of flux with does he sign an extended contract at City or does he look for other options? And those options are potentially Bayern Munich, or if you believe me in the fact that PSG could come in for him, PSG as well. So if you look at it, I said on the video that I did this morning with Leroy Sane, I said, look, they are going to offer around about 75 million quid. And City will turn that down. There's no way they'll sell Sane for 75 million quid. But there's rumours that City have basically said to Sane, if he wants to go, if he wants to leave Man City, as long as somebody, and if that's Bayern Munich, offer £100 million, they'll let him go. That simple. Now, again, on the video, I said it's going to upset a lot of City fans if we let him go for 100 million, because we all discussed this for the last two nights and said he's worth 150 million, 130 million, 140 million. It's irrelevant, because what you don't want to do is leave Sane in a position where a few days before the end of the window closes, we get Sane going, I want to go. It's that simple. End of story. Well, we've got an unhappy player who wants to leave, and who is City going to sign with a couple of days to go? So could Adidas come in back to Leroy Sane and say, we'll give you instead of let's say the Nike deal is £750,000 a year that he signed a few years ago with Nike. What if they say to him, we'll give you £4 million a season? Well, over 5 years, it's another 20 million quid. Add that to an 90 million pound bid by Bayern Munich. Suddenly, things start coming together, and on paper, you know, the player is worth around 105, 110 million quid. City will only get 90, 100 million quid, or they offer the 100 million quid that City want. Sane gets an extra, 3-4 million quid a year from Adidas, on top of his salary. And I'm only making those figures up. It could be 2 million a year, whatever it is. But what I'm trying to say is you can see how Adidas could influence this deal, and there's no problem with FFP for Bayern Munich because it's a sponsorship deal. As long as it's approved and it's not looked at, if they came in and said we'll give you 50 million quid a year, then it looks suspicious. But to go from 750, quite easily Nike could offer him 1.5, 2 million quid because of his status in world football now. Adidas could offer him 3 million quid a year. So suddenly we're in the realms of over a 4 or 5 year period, 15 million quid, 20 million quid or something like that to Leroy Sane. He might look at it and go, well, if I get 90, if City take 100 million quid, I get 10%, my agent gets 10%, 10 million quid for him, or my new agent, or whoever that is. Suddenly it's win-win for him. City get 100 million. We do it early. We can go in and buy somebody else if we want to. So it's quite complicated, the fact that he's got this new sponsorship deal and also the whole furore around is he going to sign a new contract? So, and we still don't know whether he's got a new agent yet. So there's lots of things to work on. So I wouldn't dismiss anything right now with Leroy Sane. I do hope he signs, I really do hope he signs a new contract. And his sponsorship, I don't really give two shits about, if I'm being honest with you. But it could be the defining factor in where he decides to go. So that's my thoughts on it, and that's what the video was about this morning. Right, let me just quickly go through because we've got about another 15 minutes and then I'm going. Hi Chris Lindley, how are you? Marcus is on. Hi mate, how are you? Abhishek, hi Andy, how are you mate? I'm very good buddy. Scott Williams, cheers Leonard. That means the good lady is going to be in a foul mood. Why? What was that? Oh, 2-1 to Djokovic. Ooh, I'm a Federer. I'm in the Federer camp, so Watch the signing video. He's world class, 150 million minimum. Well, I've just tried to explain why. You know, if PSG come in, I'd go 150 million minimum. See Leicester agree 8 million deal for Maguire. Medical Monday, yeah. We've just been talking about that English Mastiff. Neymar, Alves, Pansies, bad influence on fellow pros. No, thank you. Not according to Pep. Pep knows a player. He knows who's a bad influence and who isn't. Pep would not go in. And this is the thing, Spencer Zamar. Pep would not go in. Like, he went in for Alves last season. It was almost done and dusted. Nothing was signed, though. That was the problem. Pep went in for Alves last season. So Pep won't go in for a player that would disrupt the City unit. He just wouldn't. It's that simple. It's like saying he'd go in for an Etu or an Ibrahimovic. Or no, he got rid of all those people. Got rid of them. Pep knows Dani Alves inside out. Inside out. So there's no way Pep would go for somebody who could potentially upset the dressing room. There's no way in a million years. So I would say if Pep goes in for him, he knows his character. He knows everything about him. So I'm sorry, I disagree with that statement. United are desperate. They're always desperate. Loved Kiam's FIFA video, says Marcus. Thank you very much, mate. That came up from some paper, mate. Apparently 60 million up front plus 20 million potential bonus. Andy, what have I missed? You missed loads, Dylan. You'll have to watch it back, buddy. Benignism. Hey, Andy, how are you? Alves is a snake, mate. Simple. That's fair enough. What's he done to you? That's what. Why is he a snake? I don't get that. He's never played for City, so if Sane leaves, how much do you think he'll go for? I don't know. Just been talking about that. What happened in Cancelo deal and why Manchester City stand up for the deal? It's so complicated, mate. I've said it for the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks. There's so many variables in the Cancelo deal, so that's what worries me. Kamal, Alves is friends with Brazilian City lads. He is very good friends. Marcus says, I love FIFA, bro. Harry love the Alves rumours. Very. Joseph, very. Kevin Mole, hi Andy, how are you? Scott Williams, third wicket gone. Best, oh, no chance. Oh, bloody hell. Right, let's get on to just a quick news before we go. So we've spoken about Alves, we've spoken about the Thomas Cook issue and what my thoughts are on that anyway. The Thiago Almada stuff, there's been a little bit of things saying that, you know, the club director of VELEZ Sarsfield are basically saying that accuses Man City of robbed the player, and things are getting a little bit tricky with that particular deal. Now, you know, I'm not bothered one way or the other. I mean, Thiago Almada, will he play for City in the very near future? Probably not. But anyway, basically it says that the 18-year-old midfielder plays for, obviously, Sarsfield, and he's been pushed forward as the first signing of City's partnership with Sporting. He's very highly rated, blah, 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 that we know about, said it yesterday in the videos. However, VELEZ Sarsfield are not the biggest fans of Manchester City. It dates back to the transfer of Benjamin Gary, if you remember him, a 19-year-old in the under-23 squad. City took him from VELEZ without going into negotiations or paying a transfer fee, and it's been the subject of protracted legal actions ever since. But Sunday's edition of Record, which quotes Miguel Calello, former VELEZ president and current director, saying, "We want Thiago Almada to stay in VELEZ this year. If Manchester City wants to come and pick him up, they'll have to sit down with the VELEZ leaders to sort things out. They have already robbed a player from this club." So basically, the insinuation has been that City would have to pay the original 25 million euro that we said on the channel yesterday and the day before about the Almada thing, where City were hoping to try and get him between 12 and 15 million euro, give him to Sporting, let him progress there on loan, and then City would just immediately take him back if there was any signs that this kid is going to be the next Lionel Messi, like they claim in Argentina. So it looks like VELEZ Sarsfield, and fair play, fair fucks to them. if I'm being honest with you. You know, these clubs are only run on small budgets, and good on them. Good on them. If they're going to stand their ground, absolutely go. Bollocks to you. If you want him and you think he's the next Messi, give us €25 million and he can go to Sporting and you can have him in 2-3 years' time when he becomes a world-class player. Fair dues to them. You know, at the end of the day, I'm not going to sit here and just blow smoke up City's arse. City want to try and get as low a deal as they can, 12-15 million euros for him. If he's that good, City will pay 25 million euros. It's that simple. So, we'll see what happens with the Almada thing. That's the way it is. Let's see what else on here. We've got... Are the Otamendi rumours from reliable sources? I would say, you say reliable, I would say 50-50, if I'm being honest with you. The only reliable source is Man City's official website, if I'm being honest with you, because none of the others are reliable. None of them. Not one of them. So it's one of those, if you want reliable source and absolute truth, wait until it's announced on the Man City website. Otherwise, don't bother. Tried FIFA 19 last night. I'm crap. I got smashed by my 9-year-old grandson 4-1. I'm going to have to, English Mastiff, I'm going to have to, I think I'm going to have to get with my lad and start getting some lessons, aren't I? Otherwise, I'm going to be seriously embarrassed. Chris Lindley, do you think we'll get anyone else for the window? I'm not sure, mate. I'm really not sure. I do think there's going to be something. I really do think there's going to be one more signing. Who that's going to be, I have no idea. I've really no idea. I still would like to see, well, before anybody, I'd like to know whether Otamendi is going and whether Danilo's going. That would determine who we're going to sign. End of story. I think if both of them decide to stay, or Pep decides that both of them, he wants them to stay, then I'll be pretty surprised if we sign any other, first team. And we might sign some kids and things like that. But I mean, for the first team, I'd be surprised if we signed anyone, as long as Leroy Sane stays as well. If Otamendi decides to go, I think we'll definitely go in for somebody. Definitely, without a shadow of a doubt. If Danilo goes, then definitely. I think what makes more sense at that moment in time is the Alves 12-month loan cover at right back. So that's, if you ask me now, I would turn around and say, if Nicolas Otamendi goes, which I said, I can't remember, did I say it on here? No, I haven't. I actually haven't said it because Otamendi is one of the things I was going to talk about. So I'm lost with that many videos that I've been doing and comments and things like that. Otamendi's agent, Jorge Mendes, is been in negotiations for the last week where we lost Che with Valencia. So basically, it looks like that company Otamendi, I should say, I'm just bringing it up on here. Otamendi has basically said that through friends of his that he only wants to move to another club, and that other club would be Valencia. He don't want to really move anywhere else. That's what allegedly he's said. Now, he's 31 years of age, as we know. So he's really keen to go back to Spain if he has to leave Man City. So it looks like Mendes, his agent, has been in negotiations with Los Che or Valencia with regards to a potential move. Now, there was some very wild speculation today, this morning, that Arsenal were potentially looking at putting in an offer for Nicolas Otamendi. Now, I don't know about that. I mean, I can't see Otamendi wanting to go to Spain, to Valencia, and then suddenly switching to London and Arsenal. But, we'll see what happens with that. I've got a feeling it's some reporter who is basically saying, oh, well, Lauren Koscielny's not gone on tour with Arsenal. They need another centre-back, and suddenly the rumours are, they're not going to be linked with Harry Maguire because it's too much money for Arsenal. But for 25-30 million quid, Otamendi could potentially, it's a decent, Koscielny would probably demand the same type of fee So it'd be like for like. Swap an Otamendi with Premier League experience seems like a sensible move, but I think it's more 1 + 1 = 3, and I think it's just somebody trying to, you know, try and fit the pieces really than anything. But it seems that if Nicolas Otamendi, the general, actually leaves Man City, it'll be for Spain and back to Valencia. City will look to hopefully get around 20 to 25 million pounds back for him. So I think if Nicolas Otamendi actually goes, when Man City definitely need another centre-back, whether that be Ake or whether we then go all in for Maguire or whatever, I've no idea, I'll be honest with you. Right, let's see, anything else on here? Andy, you need to do a Who Are You on what would... Yes, Marcus, we are doing one. I'm waiting for Rob. Rob said to me when we first started the series, he said to me, I want to be the one that asks you the questions about Who Are You on your... So I said, fine, you can do it, mate. So I'm waiting for him. I'll be the last one. When I close down the whole Who Are You series, mine will be the last one. So when I've done everybody else's and it's run its course, I'm not going to just keep doing it forever because we've got loads of other projects we want to focus on. So I'll be the last one. I'll do my 5 questions, and I'm trying to get Rob to do his. I'm trying to get Kiam to do his, and either Kiam or Rob can ask me the 5 questions, and I'll do mine. So yeah, well, I'm definitely going to do mine, and I've had mine in my mind, and nothing has changed. Even though I've done all these series, and I've still got another 4 still to go out, and there's the Atlanta Citizens, Chris from the Atlanta Citizens, that will go out either tonight or tomorrow, depending on whether the podcast goes live tonight or tomorrow. And I've still got 2, 3 others in the bank. Plus, I've got 3, 4 others still waiting to be recorded. So it might go on to episode 20 before we finally sort of go, right, enough's enough. We've done that. We've got other ideas we want to move on to. And who knows, in the future, we might revisit it and come back again at a later date. But when it's done, it's done. But I'll do mine. Mine will be the last one. And none of my answers have changed, even though I've been doing this series. Right, let's quickly go through because I'm going shortly. Hey Kiam, love the FIFA segment, says Benignism. Rubto Blondie says gaming, get your buttocks in a game. The matter Kiam, mate, the more of you playing like virtual donkeys, the greater my enjoyment of watching. Well, I'm going to play him. I'm going to have to brush up. I'm going to have to get some practice in. I'm definitely going to play Kiam. Is he still on? Oh yeah, he is still on. I was going to say, I might get my older lad to play as me, and he wouldn't know. My older lad's really good. Agree, Sine, he's overrated, a mercenary. Who did Kaka and bottled it? Spencer's mark is still not having Danny Alves, and that's absolutely fine. Federer's legs are giving him. Wow. I beat him at PS 2019 though. Thanks, Benign, says Kiam. Blame it on the shadows. I'll use that one from now on. I would love to play Kiam. There you go. Well, all you have to do is send us an email. I'll put it on here now. You should know it by now. And that is mcfcfantv@gmail.com, or go over and follow our new Twitter account, which is mcftv FIFA on Twitter. And you can go over and you can follow those accounts and contact Kiam. And if you want to arrange a live game, maybe we'll do that. I don't know what Kiam's plans were. I think he was going to just put out a couple of episodes a week before we got into the online live stuff. But if we get enough people, I'm sure if we get enough people wanting to do a live game with Kiam, I'm sure he'll be up for it. Right, what else? FIFA, no. Pet revealed he would love the Catalonia international job before the season starts. Pet revealed he would love the Catalonia international job. Well, they'd have to have an international team first, mate. Also had my gamer tag Kiam_P. Oh, right, there you go. Sorry, mate, I didn't know that one. But I'll put that as well. I'll just... I'll add that just so everyone knows. There you go. So if you want to, if you're on PS4, there you go. When's the podcast out? Don't know, Kamal. I'm still waiting for Rob. Kiam is on it. So Kiam, I don't know whether you want to just a quick maybe teaser about what you chatted about, because I have no idea. I just got a message last night from Kiam to say that it was done. He really enjoyed it, and then Rob messaged me saying that I can't because it's on my phone. Rob turned around and said, Kiam, what a quality guest he is. So there's a couple of people on it, and yeah, so I don't know. I'm just waiting for Rob. I'm sure Rob is editing it today, putting it together, sending it to me, and then I can upload it with the graphics and things onto the YouTube channel, and then I'll also upload it onto the SoundCloud channel. So don't forget, we are on SoundCloud, so the podcast Raw is all on SoundCloud, so you can go over and you can check that out. Andy, feeling better now, so we'll get in touch with you tomorrow about doing that. Yeah, absolutely, no problem, Stephen. I hope you're well. I might buy FIFA 20. There you go, English Mastiff. See, maybe the three of us could get into a bit of a tournament. Maybe 4 or 5 of us could have a bit of an hour of round robin, quick minute games, and then we can all take the piss out of each other, or take the piss out of me because I'm rubbish. Cam needs more practice. Hello, Hero 70s. Hello from Tokyo, Japan. How are you, buddy? Wow, welcome to the channel. If we were to sell Patrick Roberts, how much do you reckon we would sell him for? Patrick Roberts? Podcast was great. We spoke about signings, supported City from far away, and general City chit chat. Really enjoyed it. Excellent. Can't wait for it to come out. James Johnson Handy over in Menorca doing a bit of diving. Listening to the live blog, keep up good work. Thank you very much, mate. Wow, Menorca, do some diving. Menorca's a beautiful island, so you know, enjoy your time out there, mate. I'm sure the diving's fantastic out there, crystal clear waters. So it's a really nice island. Who's City's best touchline warm-up player? Don't know. What sort of questions that, Joseph? Is Kiam on Xbox Live as well? As I'm not sure. You'll have to ask Kiam. No idea. Anyway, last thing is, well, it looks like said that Harry Maguire, it's looking more and more likely that Harry Maguire is going to sign for United, even though he's come out and told friends that he'd rather go to City. So it's back to that again, and I'm sure he's going to be gutted. And I actually think, you know what would be better for Maguire if he just turned around to Leicester and say, you know what, if City are not coming in for me, I'll stay in the season and I'll see what happens next season. Because you know United are that desperate, they'll come in again next season for him, and just let him see what happens for next season, because I think it'd be a really poor move for him if he goes to United, if I'm being honest. I don't care whether he does or he doesn't, but I think it'd be a poor move. I just don't think it'll work out for him, I'll be honest. So if he really, really wants football, he really, so he's told his friends, he really wants Champions League football, then the only reason he would move to United is solely for money. And Leicester have turned around and said that they want him to stay. They don't need to sell. They're cash rich. They don't need to sell. So what other reason would he move to Man United? What other reason other than money? I think it'd be a really poor move for him. But we'll see. But at least that's one less thing we have to talk about on Man City Fan TV. We don't have to keep going down the Maguire rumour and blah, 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 and all that nonsense. Anyway, last thing on the Maguire thing is that today Stu Brennan wrote an article, which is quite interesting. It came out about 2 hours ago. And it was talking about Man City already have Harry Maguire-style centre-back in Taylor Harwood-Bellis. Now, as you know, he's gone on the China tour. He'll be going on the China tour today or whenever they fly out there. And he was part of the squad that I mentioned yesterday. Stu Brennan basically says when Pep Guardiola was unveiled to Man City fans in 2016, he shared the stage with a slightly nervous-looking 14-year-old. Can you think of that? 14 years of age on the stage with Pep Guardiola. 3 years on, that player, centre-back Taylor Harwood-Bellis, is on the plane to China, having trained with Pep Guardiola's first team squad all week. And as the Blues keep one eye on Leicester City's Harry Maguire, there are more than a few good judges who feel that in the 17-year-old Stockport lad, another Stockport guy, they already have a player who will be the perfect fit for the City manager in a couple of years. Harwood-Bellis has flown out on tour with the words of his late granddad, Dave Bellis, in his heart. Dave, who was a City season ticket holder and lifelong Blue, died recently and was cremated wearing a City shirt on Friday. So bless him and rest in peace to his late granddad. He lived long enough to learn that his grandson would sign a 3-year professional deal. His last words to Taylor were, "Do it for City. I'm proud of you." Breaks my heart, that. How sad. But Offerton lad Harwood-Bellis was worried that the funeral fell on Friday, the last day of training with the first team squad before the actual tour. Guardiola heard about his concerns and assured him and his family came first and that he should attend the funeral and then report for tour duty on Saturday. It was the kind of man management that Guardiola used with David Silva and his baby son Matteo when he was born prematurely. Harwood-Bellis, as long as he keeps progressing, is perfect for Guardiola's Manchester City. The manager has come to recognise that the Premier League centre-backs need height and strength as well as technical ability to be in this team. And it's not escaped his notice that 6'2" Harwood-Bellis has the lot. He's begun to excite City fans as well. His heroic performance in the FA Youth Cup final, when at times he seemed to be defying the Liverpool attack single-handedly with a series of headers, tackles and blocks, won plenty of admirers. He also battled on in extra time despite suffering severe cramps until coach Gareth Taylor hauled him off. The watching Guardiola was very impressed by his grit, as he was by his calmness and surety in passing out from the back, even in a big game. But it was his display at Sunderland in the Checkatrade Trophy in front of a daunting 14,000 crowd at the Stadium Light which convinced Pep Guardiola the most. So he's earmarked for the season with the under-18s, or he was last summer in particular, but a couple of injuries saw him promoted to the under-23s, even though at 16, that's a tender age for a centre-back. He was up against seasoned pros like Lee Cattermole, Duncan Watmore and Brian Oviedo and was the best player on the pitch. Like Foden, Harwood-Bellis emerged from the Stockport Metro Junior League, playing for Spurley Hay before City snapped him up at the tender age of 8 years old. His family is steeped in sport, with his twin sister Becky in the Great Britain's under-16 basketball international. Uncle Steve Bellis is a director at Stockport County, and Dad Martin Bellis was years the man behind county mascot Vernon Bear. Harwood-Bellis was part of the City Academy team, which was destroying opponents. They beat rivals United 9-0 at under-14 level. He scored a first hat-trick in that game and won national titles. So he's got plenty of learning to do, and physically has not finished his development, but potential is absolutely unquestionable. So, you know, another one for the future that's coming through. The future is absolutely bright for Manchester City. We know that our academy team is immense, absolutely immense. And I really don't think it's going to be too long, maybe a year or 2 years, where we see maybe 2, maybe 3 more actually getting squad time, getting places on the bench. I'm talking about local kids. I'm not talking about your Eric Garcias. I'm talking about maybe your Pervaders, maybe your Tommy Doyles, maybe your Luke Boltons, maybe your kids like Taylor Harwood-Bellis, and these type of young local lads who want that shirt. They want to play for their team. So I think it's really exciting, and yeah, we'll see what happens. But anyway, let's have a quick look. Anything else? Excuse me. Marcus says, me to Kian, but PS change. Oh, you're talking about PS. Rest in peace, Grandad Bellis. Once a blue, always a blue. Absolutely. I don't play much online. Right, so Kian, I'm going to leave you to talk FIFA. Go over, chat on the Twitter account. If you want to talk about FIFA in particular, or chat below the video. If you want to talk about FIFA stuff, don't forget the FIFA Twitter account. It's in capitals, MCFTV FIFA. So MCFTV FIFA. Go over, follow Kiam and myself on that particular Twitter account. Please get in touch, comment on there, share it around on your Twitter accounts. It'll be English Master. We used to turn out great kids. We did, and I've got this feeling that the next 2-3 years we're going to turn out 2 or 3, more players in addition to the likes of Phil Foden. I'm talking the local kids rather than the Adrian Benabi and the Eric Garcias and of the like. I'm talking about Luke Bolton, Tommy Doyle, and now we've got HARWOOD-BELLIS. So it's looking exciting. It really, really is. And we'll do more videos on the... what's your Twitter, Kiam? Sorry, are you on about the official one? Kiam will tell you anyway. But anyway, listen, I'm gonna go and watch the cricket because it's sounding exciting. But anyway, this is Andy from Man City Fan TV. Don't forget, if you're not a subscriber, click subscribe. Give it a thumbs up if you like. Comment below the video. Sorry, it might pause. Did it pause? It's gonna pause for a second. Sorry, updates on my phone. We'll be back. Maybe tomorrow. Well, we will be back tomorrow, but I'm not sure whether a video is going to go out later, whether that be Chris from the Atlanta Citizens or it's going to be the podcast Raw. I'm not sure. But check out the channel. More videos are coming. Don't forget, if you've not seen the videos we put out yesterday, that is the brand new first episode of the Man City Fan TV FIFA channel with Kiam, who looks after that, all about FIFA and tournaments and whatever's coming up in the future. Also, I put out the latest episode 10 of the Who Are You series with Claire and her son Leo. And yeah, don't forget, check out the video I put out this morning about Leroy Sane and the sponsorship deal with Adidas, Nike, Puma, who is going to win the race for his signature, and could that determine where he goes and whether he signs for Man City. But anyway, this is Andy from Man City Fan TV. Thank you everyone for coming on and on a Sunday, giving up your time. I really do appreciate it. Go back to watch the cricket, the tennis, whatever it is that you want to watch. I'll be back tomorrow. Take care and we'll see you soon.